Welcome to this Wednesday brunch Dharma, 3rd of June. This morning I'm going to talk about the anicca aspect of the five khandhas. We talk about anicca as temporary, impermanent. But why is it sometimes our feelings and our thoughts doesn't quite seem impermanent? They kind of continue for some time, hours, maybe days, First of all, I want to talk just a little bit about the impermanence of the rupa. Now, during the Buddha's time, the science of that period is that things, material things, are made up of four great elements. The word atoms, molecules, hasn't been invented yet. Maybe molecules. Now, the Buddha can only use the science of that time to explain, myths about the material world. Now, today we know more about the material stuff, physical stuff. We know it made up of atoms and molecules. So you can say atoms, especially molecules, represent most of the material things that we know. And then there would be the earth aspect. Then you have the fire aspect, which would be the heat, the temperature of the molecule. So in this body, they have a particular temperature. Water has a particular temperature. So the temperature, the heat in the body is the fire element. Now, the wind element aspect is the motion. Now we associate motion with the kinetic energy, whether it's moving or not. So every molecule is actually vibrating, so it has a form of kinetic energy. And then if you have, say, water molecule which is flowing, it has kinetic energy. So you have this wind element, So the wind element is the kinetic energy. So everything, have solidity, which is molecule. And even molecule itself has a temperature associated with it. So it has fire element. So it's included. All these four great elements, you cannot separate them out. Everything contains these four great elements. Now, liquidity, which is water element. Now, I would associate this with the bonding. So in solid material, you would have a very tight bond. They call it ionic bonds. So a tight bond. So that would be how liquid or how solid the thing is. Right? Then when you come to water, they have a slightly weaker bond. And when you come to air, it's made up of molecules of nitrogen, and oxygen, then there's even a weaker bond. So this bonding, you would associate it with the liquid element. So, for example, nitrogen, is in air form, it's in the air. But if we compress it, we can get liquid nitrogen, and it has a different temperature. And then if we compress it again, we get a solid, a nitrogen. So they can change. So they can change from, air to liquid and to solid form. So in any form, molecules contains a temperature, which is the fire element. It contains this moving. It has the wind element, it's kinetic energy, and it itself, molecules. earth element, and because it's bonded with other molecules, so you have this liquid. So all these exist with temperature, bonding, and kinetic energy. So you get 4 great elements, and it is impermanent. We all know the molecules are impermanent. They change, big molecule, like our DNA. Same thing as well. They do change. They break down. So that aspect of all material form, whether it's wood you see in a tree, they are impermanent. They change. Whether it's our body, molecules in our body, they change as well. They say that our body cells replace itself every 7 years, so it changes. We grow, it changes. So that's the changes in the rupa, anicca aspect in the rupa. Now what about feelings? Do they change? Do they arise and do they cease? Are they temporary? What about perception? What about thoughts? Now I'm going to talk about feelings with the thoughts because they are related. They are related in a kind of a chicken and egg problem. One fits onto the other. You can take feeling as the egg, it's egg form. When in contact, when the right circumstances arises, this egg of feeling hatches, That feeling could be hatred, worry, jealousy, envy, lust. So when it breaks, you get this chicken, you get a chick first. And then you start feeding the chick. The chick goes chip, chip, chip. And then you feed it more food. It wants food. So you give it food for thought, So, and then this chick, as it gets more food, it becomes a chicken, So what you have is a chicken mind. It goes talk, 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 looking for food, and you give it food. And what happens is that when you have food, it starts laying eggs, Not just one egg, laying eggs. And that eggs becomes future emotions and future feelings that will have, When you come to the conclusion, this person I hate, that's laying an egg, or he's like that is laying an egg, You come to a conclusion, So what you do not want to do is to feed this chicken mind. It goes talk, talk. Let it go hungry. Let it die. Just watch it, so that it doesn't lay any more eggs. Right? So when you have this chicken mind that goes talk, 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 feeding it, looking for food, continuing, growing bigger, you want to stop feeding it. Don't give it any more food for thought. Don't let it lay any more eggs. So a hate chicken will lay these hate eggs on the same particular subject, a particular person. So you have all these hate eggs within you. And one day, when the condition is right, it hatch. One of these chicks will come out. And then another one hatch. Another of these chicks will come out. Now you feed the chick, it becomes chicken. When it dies, another one comes out. But if you don't feed these chickens, and they do not lay any more eggs, then when all these eggs hatches, you do not have any more chicken mind. Right? No more eggs, no more chicken. But if you keep the chicken alive all the time, you get this cycle of chicken and egg. So you want to kill the chicken. Right? You want to let it go hungry. You want to let it die. Now, when you are really good, when your mindfulness is very strong, you spot the time when it is in a chick form. It hatches to become a chick, and you don't feed the chick. And the chick is not so loud. It goes chip, chip, chip. Not a chicken goes talk, 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 talk like that. So your mind is a bit quieter. Let the chicks die. Don't let it grow into a chicken. So this is how you practice. Don't feed your thought. Don't feed the chicken mind. Just let the chicken mind die. And then, whatever chicken that you have, envy chicken, worry chicken, lust chicken, hate chicken mind, let it die. Don't let it lay eggs. So the reason why it is continuous, feeling is continuous, thinking is continuous, because we feed them. And the reason why feeling is continuous is because so many of those eggs within us, waiting to hatch, waiting for the right condition to hatch. And when the right condition is there, one hatches, and one dies, another one hatches. And when the chick dies, another one hatches, continuously, right? Now, with perception, it's the same thing as well. We remember things because stored perception memory. We remember things because of the strong emotions connected with it, whether it's fear or whether it's lust. Same thing. X is there. Time is right, your contact, this is hatch. Fear arises. You're gonna fear chicken. Lust arises, you have a lost chicken mind. Don't feed it. Soon all the eggs will hatch. And the chicken, when the chicken doesn't lay any more eggs, then it will exhaust. All the eggs will be exhausted. Well, sankhara is related to the feelings that I talk about. So that's the anicca aspect of the five khandhas. They are anicca, they are impermanent. They rise, they stay for a while, and then they cease. Like the chicken, when it doesn't have any energy, when it doesn't have any food, it dies. So whatever that arises in your mind, you want it to die. Whatever form or type of chicken that arises, or chick that arises, you want it to die. That's your practice. So dying is peace, like I said, Okay, I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to chant the transference of merit. You've listened to this Dharma talk, you've gained some merit, reflect on it, think of it, identify your mind as a chicken mind, and then let it go hungry, let it die, and then you have a little bit more peace. Okay? So when I'm chanting the transference of merit, you want to transfer that merit to your departed relative. Yatha varivaha pura paripurenti sagaram meva ito dina petanam upakapati ichitam patitam tumham kipam iva samijatu sabe parentu sangapa chando panaraso yatha Mani Jyoti Raso Yatha Sapidiyo Vivajantu Sabbarogo Vinasatu Mate Pavan Vantarayo Sukhi Dika Yuko Bhava Piva ธนสีลิสนิจัมบุทธาปัจจายโนจาทารุธรรมาวัฏันติอายุวาโนสุขังบาลังภาวตุสัพพมังคลังอาคันตุสัพพติวตาสัพพพุทธานุภาเวนะสัทธาโสติภาวันตุเตภาวตุสัพพมังคลังราคันตุสัพพติวตาสัพพธรรมานุภาเวนะสัทธาโสติภาวันตุเตภาวตุสัพพมังคลังอาคันตุสัพพเทวตาสัพพสังฆานุภาเวนะสัทธาโสติภาวันตุเต